right. So, welcome back to the channel. I'm Frank. This is Morals Over Money. I left y'all on a cliffhanger long enough. Everybody that's here for the first time, thanks for stopping through. Everybody that's here for the first time, thanks for stopping through. Everybody that's here, that's returning, thank you for coming back through. Hope you have a great day, great weekend. So I left y'all hanging long enough as far as the story of the dude that I robbed, and then we end up in the same prison in Greaterford. So people have been asking me, yo, finish the story, finish the story, finish the story. I actually recorded it once, and for some reason, the last part of the video didn't record. I don't know if my battery died in my camera or what, but it's as if I really left you on a cliffhanger. So I was like, damn, I can't put that shit out. So I just re-record it. All right, so the brother, I end up robbing him, right? I robbed him on the street for, a decent amount of money and decent amount of drugs. Me and the brother had been doing business. Prior to me robbing him, we had done business. And then I had started getting high, and I felt as if, his, he changed up. So that was my excuse to rob him. In reality, he probably changed up because he seen that I changed up. I don't know if he knew I was getting high at the time, but, the business started to get a little funny. So when I started getting high, I said, well, fuck, that's all the excuse I need to rob him, right? Which now I know is 100% completely, wrong. That was in my head, but that's the type of justifications we do when we're getting high. So I go to Greaterford, I get checked in, I get the fucking flea bath. Anybody that's been there know they give you this horrible ass shampoo, tell you wash your whole body. It's so if you got, lice or anything like that, it kills it all. So I get the cold ass flea bath. I'm not, I'm at this point, I'm starting to go through mild withdrawal. It's just a little uncomfortable. It's not, the stuck in bed sick yet, thank God. So I'm walking on the block, and as they bring me into the block, I see this gentleman, right? He sees me, and I'm like, oh, shit. So I go through the front of the block, I go to the back of the block, they show me where my cell is, and of course, they tell me it's on your tag where your cell is. So I don't go straight to my cell, because I was like, damn, he's gonna see where I live at, So I'm looking around for him, I can't see him. So my only thoughts are, okay, he probably went back to his cell, and he's probably strapping up, which means if he got a knife, he's going to grab his knife. And he's probably telling a couple of his homies, yo, we got somebody on the menu. That's what I'm thinking, because that's what I would have been thinking if the roles were reversed, right? So I don't see him, and I'm looking for him before I go to my cell to put my box in there. So I don't see him around, so I go to my cell now. I put my box in there. I take my boots, tie them up real tight. And I was going through, there was a couple different things going through my mind. First was going through my mind was, all right, lock the door. You're dope sick. But I knew that I had, literally a couple hours before I was going to be too sick to even defend myself. Because when you're dope sick, once it starts coming on bad, that's it. You can't control it. So I knew if I didn't confront this head on, right, there was a possibility that he was going to come to me and I wasn't even going to be able to defend myself. So I strap up my boots, go outside and look for him. Mind you, I just got to the prison. I don't have any weapons, you know, and in reality, you know, in prison, there's a lot of fist fights, right? There is a lot of fist fights, but the majority of the time is people playing with razors and knives and scalpels and, you know, all that type of shit. You know, metal rods sharpened down. So I said, I just got to go, and as soon as I see him, I just got to go on him. You know, that's it. Because if I don't, he's going to come get me when I'm stuck in my bed and I can't get up. So I go out. I look first through the back part of the cell block, because it's divided into front and back halves. So I look through the back half. I don't see him. I'm walking around the phone. You know, I go to the shower room. I'm looking at all the places behind the steps, under the steps. I'm looking around to see if I see him. Then I go look at the name tags, see if I see his last name. Mind you, there's 100 different people with that same last name. It's a common Spanish name. So it was, you know, it was like finding a needle in a haystack for real. It's finding one person out of, you know, damn near 1,000 people that are on that block. So I do that. I'm working my way through the back. Then I go to the front. Right? I go to the front of the block and start doing the same thing. Don't see him. You know, I go through the names. So that only leads me to think, all right, he's in the cell someplace, and he's probably watching me look around for him right now, you know. And now by this time, you know, when I had robbed him, I don't think he knew that I was getting high. But after I robbed him, I know he knew I was getting high, because, you know, word in the street travels. You know, they'd be like, damn, you don't know such and such getting fucked up, you know. And a lot of times that word travels even if it's not true, you know. But it just happened to be true. So I'm thinking, in my head, I'm thinking, all right, he's just waiting on me. He's like, I'll be patient. I know he's not going anywhere. You know, that this is his thoughts of me. I know he's not going anywhere. He's going to be here. I'm going to let him get sick. And me, I'm trying to confront the situation before I get sick. So I end up seeing an older guy that I knew. We had done time in the past. And he was somebody that was well respected in prisons and also in the streets. I explained the situation to him, and I said, look, I need some steel. You know, he goes, gets me a knife. And he also tells me, he's like, yo, if you want, I'll make sure if you want to go and handle the situation, I'll make sure that it's just you two, that nobody gets in it. So I said, all right, bet, let's go. So we're going to handle the situation. And I know he's not gonna get in it, but he's gonna make sure nobody else gets in it. So now I'm feeling a little more comfortable, and mind you, now I got a knife too. So we take, you know, 2 walks down the block and nothing. Now the brother, he has some stuff he has to do before we get locked down. He got to make a phone call, jump in the shower. I say, all right, go ahead. I go back to my cell, lock in for the night, and when I lock in, I start getting dope sick. And I remember the last part, like before I got in my bed and I couldn't get out, the last part that I remember was jamming my door shut. There's ways in the old prisons that you can jam your door shut so it can't be opened unless you remove that jam. It's essentially like putting, you know, a bar in the door so the door doesn't open all the way. You know, that's what it is essentially. So that's what I did. I put a bar in my door so it wouldn't open all the way. So I knew that the only way that door was going to open is if I opened it. Because if I didn't do that, I knew for a fact that I was going to be in trouble. Because like I told y'all before, dude, he wasn't a sucker by any means. He was He was somebody that was about his business. And I know that he felt that he felt that I did him wrong, that I robbed him, and we were cool before that, So I knew he was going to get his payback. So I'm dope sick. I go to sleep that night. And the first 3 days of being dope sick, like the first 3-4 days, you do nothing but sleep. So I'm sleeping. I'm trying to stay as much, sort of like on point as I can or alert. But anybody that's been dope sick, you know that you don't care about nothing. Once you start getting sick, you don't care about nothing. Where I probably, in my head, I was probably like, damn, you know what? I hope he does come in here and stab me up or do something, because at least I'll go to the infirmary and they'll give me something for pain and I won't be as sick as I am. And that was my thinking. And I remember hearing that door rattle a couple times and, not knowing, is that the police? Is that an officer coming around to do count? And he sees I don't get up, so he's rattling the door. Is that him trying to get in? Is it just somebody bumping into the door? And that was my thought process, for the next probably like 3 or 4 days. And then I had to come out to start doing, like blood work and all that type of stuff that you have to do when you first get to prison. And I go out on my first pass to the infirmary to go do blood work in the middle of being horribly dope sick, where they had called me the day before and I was like, I'm not going. I just told them, I was like, look, I'm not going. I'm sick. So, and knowing that sometimes they'll give you like blood pressure medication when you go there and you tell them, look, I'm dope sick. They'll give you, they won't give you like methadone or Suboxone, anything like that. But sometimes they'll give you like blood pressure medication, Imodium or Pepto-Bismol, stuff to help your stomach, stuff like that. So I knew that if I go to the infirmary, I was going to get that, but I was so sick, I couldn't even make it there. And then on top of that, I know that, all right, if dude sees me, I'm vulnerable. He's going to see the way I'm looking, and he knows I can do whatever I want to him, and he can't even defend himself. So I go on the medical pass. I have my head down, my hat on, so, I'm trying to like sneak through the crowd. And I make it there. As I start coming back into the cell block from medical, I go through the front of the block, go through the back of the block, and then I go to my cell. I go in the door. I had some paperwork. I should have closed the door right behind me. I had some paperwork in my hand, and I went and laid it on the desk, and I came back to close the door, and guess who I see? See the individual and 2 other guys. I should have closed the door right behind me. Right behind me, I should have closed the door, but I didn't. I was lunching for whatever reason. And we'll finish this next time. Sorry to leave y'all hanging like that, but yeah, we'll finish this next time. Have a great day. Stay blessed. Be patient, kind, and loving. Because somebody was patient, kind, and loving with us. I got to go to work. Just pulled up at the shop. Have a great day.